Hello everyone, GeneralApple here, and today I want to talk with you guys about something that had me interested for quite some time now. And I know it's been a while since I made this type of video, and I do apologize for it because I truly believe that transparency is key when trying to grow your channel and be authentic. And I also just really love making these type of videos and have this heart-to-heart conversation with you guys. So hopefully you guys will understand what I'm about to say, but to the topic at hand. Why do I try to be more like Asmongold? Well, I guess we can start with the most obvious answer, which is this guy is clearly great at what he does. Top streamer on Twitch, rising star on YouTube, and of course, the most humble streamer out there. But outside of that, the second reason is a little bit more nuanced than that, so I do want to deep dive into that, and I guess we can start by talking about my first interaction with Asmon content. Hopefully, I won't derail too much and I'll keep a consistent straight line, something which will never happen because I know myself all too well, but I'll try my best. So first interaction with Asmon content was, I believe, about 8 years ago. Jesus, man, wow, I'm old, man. This is crazy. Times really flies by you. That is insane. But yeah, my first interaction with Asmon content, to be more precise, was his Dark Souls remastered gameplay with McConnell. Now, at the time, Asmon didn't have his official channel, and his content was kind of scattered throughout various YouTube channels. So I found one channel that constantly uploaded his full VODs about Dark Souls, and I remember watching every single video to the fullest. Now, you need to realize how insane that is, because I'm the type of person who never watch a full VOD or like long format videos in one sitting. That is something that is really difficult for me to do. And this is not an ADHD thing. This is just, I have a lot on my plate always, like real life work, real life stuff going on. So it's very difficult for me to find the time to just watch a 2-hour video or even like 1-hour video longer than that in one sitting. But somehow Asmon managed to pull me in. And I didn't understand what makes it tick at the time, but all I knew that is I enjoy this content a lot. And fast forward a little bit, his official channel opens. I believe I was one of his first subscribers, like before even 50k subs, which is crazy to think about because now he has 4 million, which is a great achievement. And, you know, it's funny just to think you were proud of the earlier process. Even if you were just a small viewer in the ocean of views, it still kind of warms my heart to know that I've been there, you know? But I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here. So, fast forward a bit, Asmon started quitting World of Warcraft. He still pseudo-played it, but not as often. And he started uploading a lot more variety. And this is what I believe was the start of Asmon Golden Age arc. Because I remember one of the games that he played was Final Fantasy XIV. And you know me, I'm an MMORPG player, but I always looked at Final Fantasy XIV with like a side eye. I kind of watched the trailers and I ended up skipping over it because I wasn't really interested in trying it out. But ever since Asmongold played it, he managed to highlight all the best part about this game. And I watched all of his videos about it and I enjoyed them tremendously. And to the point where I actually started playing Final Fantasy XIV for myself. And this has led me to the possibly best 6 months I had in gaming, which is crazy to think about because I wasn't even considering playing this game before Asmon played it. But somehow he managed to pull me in and have my interest in the game, and it led to, again, like the best 6 months I had in gaming. Now, I quit Final Fantasy XIV not because he quit it or anything like that. I played it long after he quit. But I just, you know, I had, again, like real life stuff, a lot on my plate. I couldn't afford to invest myself in an MMO at the time, unfortunately. But other than that, we fast forward even further. More variety gaming and more, I guess you can say, like drama, commentary videos. And even then, I was so hooked. Everything he talks about just mesmerized me. And I think this is the part where it hit me. I'm not watching Asmongold for his content, because if you watched Asmongold gameplay, if you see him play like Dark Souls, you know, Asmongold sucks. He's not a good player at anything. He was kind of good at World of Warcraft, but there were always better people, and he said this himself. So you're not watching this for Asmon. You're not watching it for his content, like the gameplay. I watch Asmongold for Asmongold. And once I realized that, I believe that was what pushed me to actually become a content creator. And don't get me wrong, I always wanted to become a content creator ever since I was 13, 14. I even have like cringe Minecraft videos from back in the day, which I privatized. They will never see the light of day, by the way, because I watched them 2 months ago, and God bless, they are cringe maxima. And I'm gonna use cringe a lot in this video probably, so beware of that. Keep a counter on that, please. So, again, going off track a little bit, but Asmon content has inspired me so much to actually buy a camera, buy a mic, and actually do this stuff. Because I always said that I was going to do this, but I was always procrastinating. Like, oh, I'll do this eventually. And like, oh, you know what? Someday, maybe tomorrow, I'll purchase the stuff and I'll do it. But no. Asmon content has actually brought me to do this because I'm not the best player out there. I'm not Shroud. I can pull off views by being good at what I do. Even though I think I am good at video games, I'm not like at the top end, right? But Asmon proved me that I don't need to do that. All I need to do is learn how to become a great entertainer. And this is something that I also failed to realize while I was starting this channel. And clearly, if you go and watch my earlier videos, you can see that I've faked my personality. And by the way, don't watch my first video. It's omega level of cringe. Like literally, you will die in the first 10 seconds. I only keep it on my channel because I think it's kind of funny to watch it and reminisce at the good old days, but please do yourself a favor and do not watch it. I literally do not say this to like entice you to do that. Don't. Literally don't. Do yourself a favor. Trust me on this one. But yeah, so I tried to become a great entertainer. Clearly I failed because what I failed to realize is that you don't need to be 100% authentic. I believe that being, well, not 100% authentic, but the meaning of authenticity, Jesus, you see my English, has completely shifted. So I believed that being 100% authentic is being the same way that you are off camera, on camera. And I couldn't have been more wrong, because if you really think about it, whenever you get like a huge drop in Path of Exile, for example, you don't go like, woo, let's go, it's so good, I can't believe it. You don't do that. You never do that. You go at best like, damn, that's nice. And then you continue forward, right? Because the excitement happens on the inside. It doesn't happen on the outside. And this is what I failed to do. I failed to bring that excitement to the outside. Even what I'm doing now, it's kind of performative because I'm trying to be entertaining. I'm trying to crack a little bit of jokes and have a little bit more fun and be more animated with my facial expressions, because that's what a good entertainer does. You need to realize, as Asmon said, at the end of the day, this is a business. And while you're on the market, you need to increase your value. That's how it works. And that's why I believe so many people fail on YouTube or in streaming in general, right? Like content creation is a very saturated market. And if you want to be good, you need to know how to speak properly. You need to be entertaining. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of streamers that don't rely on communication to become great. But I always looked at these streamers and I kind of cringed. I never want to be like them. I don't like it when people are relying on constant dopamine rush because of yelling just to get their next sub or view. I never wanted it for my channel. I want people to watch me for me and not some character I pretend to play. So again, authenticity, not as a whole meal, but as an ingredient. So I bring myself to the camera, but I also bring the performance that you guys expect to see from me. And this is something that I only started applying to my channel about a month ago. And you can see the growth for this channel has been tremendous. I went from 100 views per video to around 1K. And while this doesn't sound like much, this is 10x the amount I had previously in a very short time span too. So clearly, the Asmon way is working. And the reason I take Asmon, for example, is because he's one of the 3 best communicators that I see on the platform, which is Asmongold, Kripparrian, Day9. I watch them constantly, and I believe that they are truly the best at conveying information. I always looked at them with envy because I thought that I never could become like them. And nowadays, I'm trying to learn more and more how to become as entertaining and as eloquent, articulate such as them. I truly try to be the best version of myself that I can be. It's proven to be very difficult. Again, my English is not that good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going too hard on myself. I think my English is like slightly above average, but clearly you can tell. I have two modes. It's either I speak too fast and I sound like an idiot, or I talk too slow and I have a lot of pauses between my sentences, which makes me look like even more of an idiot sometimes. So it's very difficult for me because I'm hyper conscious about the way that I talk. And a lot of the times I end up watching replay because I replay every video that I upload before I upload it. And some videos I just end up deleting and re-uploading because they're just painful to watch. I just have too many grammar problems and too many errors that I need to fix. So, you know, just a little bit of a peek behind the curtain here. There are a lot of videos that I end up removing and re-uploading again and just shooting all over again because it is what it is. I want to be entertaining and I don't want to stay the same thing ever, and I really want this channel to succeed. And this is also something that I learned from Asmongold. Because if you remember, there was one stream where Asmongold forgot to turn off his stream, and you saw how he quickly went from like being hype streamer here to like being reasonable and monotone all the way here. Now, there's nothing wrong with being monotone. We are all like this where we're off camera. But you notice that shift on camera, it's kind of crazy because you realize that, hey, people are not the same like they're off stream while they're on stream. And are they faking the personality? No, of course not. Because again, I'm kind of returning to the same point here. This is a business and you need to increase your value in the market and you need to know what to do. That's why most people fail. And this is why I appreciate Asmongold, Kriparian, and Day9 so much, because they can talk for hours on end and keep you captivated. They know how to be performative. They know how to entertain. And if you notice, their content is different, but there's this one common thing they all share. They're bald, not a single hair on the top of their head. Now, no transplants whatsoever. They're just going at it. They're letting it falls, nothing stay on. And I appreciate that. Now, I don't, for some reason, my father genetics, I guess, skipped me, but maybe I'll hit my 30s and I'll go gigabald. So I don't want to speak too soon. But until then, I'm going to try to become a better communicator, even though I'm lacking what they have. But you know what? Jokes aside, they're just really good at what they do and convey information. And I watch a lot of their content, especially recently, to learn how to be more animated and more expressive so you guys can understand what I'm feeling. So with that out of the way, I want to be, the reason I specifically call this video, I want to be more like Asmongold, and I don't want to be like Asmongold, because at the end of the day, I'm not Asmongold, and I don't want to be anyone else but myself. Because as the great Snoop Dogg has said, nobody can be you but you. And that is true. I'm not Asmongold. I'm GeneralApple. For better or worse, there are a lot of things about me that can make this channel huge. And I truly believe that we can make this channel great together. Now, the reason I don't want to be Asmongold is not even related to the fact that he has an unhealthy diet, rats in the ceiling, cockroaches on the ground, and of course, you know, the balding. No, I think he's a great guy and a great entertainer. But I want to be me. I want to be authentic. I want you guys to love me for myself and not for pretending to be someone else. So Asmongold has his viewership and the people who loves him, which I'm part of because I love Asmon content. I watch a lot of his videos, not so much so recently because the shift of his channel, while being clearly very successful, it's just not my type of thing. I'm more video game oriented, but whenever he upload a gameplay video, I always watch it. I think Asmon is awesome. Not gonna lie, I do watch the drama stuff because I love drama. I even indulge in some of it myself. If you watched my previous video, you can blame my sister on that, by the way. I always watch the Kardashian and stuff. You can blame that on her. But other than that, he's great. He's great at what he does, and he's such a great person too, outside, like off camera, off stream. And I really wish I could become more entertaining like him, while of course still remaining true to myself, because at the end of the day, we are completely different persons. So I need to find a way to bring myself to the screen. Not anyone else, but me. And this is something that I recently started discovering. Clearly, you guys giving me so many like good advice to keep growing this channel. And one comment even said, dude, you are as entertaining as Asmongold. And I remember just almost crying over this comment. It meant, literally, to the guy who wrote that, thank you so much, man. It truly meant so much to me because I truly try to become more like Asmongold. And I guess that's pretty much all I had to say. I want to make this video like 10 minutes long, but it ended up being 15 because I'm an idiot who constantly goes off track. I'll probably watch this video and think for myself that there's something I forgot to talk about. This always happened to me, and I am gonna cry about it, but you know what? We're gonna end somehow. So, once again, thank you guys so much for believing in me and the huge growth on this channel. I've recently hit 1K, so that means I can start monetize my channel, and while I still need way more subs, I can feel this channel growing. I truly believe that I'm on the brink of cracking the code to become a great streamer and entertainer and content creator. So, well, I'm not streaming right now, but I will in the future. But I truly believe that I'm close to figuring it out, and it all thanks to you guys and of course the great content creators that I follow. So if somehow this video get to any one of them, truly thank you for all of the advice. It truly helps us small content creators achieve so much, because again, I don't want to be small content creator that gets stuck on like 1K subscribers and fighting and struggling for every view. No, I want to be big. I want to reach millions of subs, as greedy as it sounds. And believe me, I'm not a greedy person. I'm not looking for like fame, money, anything. I don't care about money. I never have. But I want to be big. I want to have a big community, and I want to have a large core audience that I can play games with, interact with, and of course, just have a ton of memes on. Like, I want a subreddit. I want all of these nice stuff that, like, those big streamers have. Because I love having jokes with my community. It feels like you have a lot of friends. And it always... it's just a fun thing to be a part of a great community, right? Like, you do something funny, people spamming kekel. I'm one of these people. I love it. I just find it hilarious. And I really want this thing for my channel. For myself and my channel. I mix a little bit towards there. And I'll try to become better. Not only for myself, but for you guys, because you deserve good content to watch. This market is saturated, and there are a lot of bad actors and people that are generally not entertaining. So I want to be part of what makes your day feels good, just like Asmon has done for me. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm gonna call it in for today's video. I should mention, if you haven't noticed, the giant briefcase, suitcase, sorry, over here. I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks, so I would be absent. In this meantime, I wouldn't be able to respond to your guys' comments, so I won't be able to see what you guys wrote for me. By the time this video has been uploaded, I'm probably already there. So I'll be back after 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be back better than ever. Hopefully, I was entertaining enough for you guys and you understood what I said. I kind of got mixed up in the middle of the video. It's very, very difficult for me to speak in front of a camera unedited and just talk about the way I want. I always end up mixing up my words. I always ended up forgetting something. But hey, you know what? The reason I'm doing this is to get better at what I do. So once again, thank you guys so much for the huge support on the recent videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.